all that other shit doesn't work. I don't get it. Now how do I get, let me see, get that off my page. Oh, that's the other game. Okay, good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, get it? Alright? Alright. Price is right. Is that on? Check to see if that's on up there. It's on? Is it on? Camera's on? Okay, that's it. What we got here? Everything's good, everything's good, everything's good. Sure, you want this job, huh? Okay.
Once you get into it, you'll probably set it up better.
The point is, I just want to be the guy making sure it works for you. That's all. Nothing to this shit. Zach seems to breathe through it pretty smooth, doesn't he? Nothing shakes him though.
Let him do it.
Well, he's got a nice machine. I mean, this machine isn't stupid, but I like the mic inputs on that machine. Good, not hot. Good. I like to set up the upcoming events, but it never works for me.
Hey! So nice you can join us.
About 8-second delay, that's not bad. that monitor all right?
Yeah.
DJ! Hey, now, let's go!
Outlet up there?
We had
Like an extra outlet you have?
no. He let us in and then he locked the door right behind us. And I got all I got. I got them stacked now. So, I mean, I wish I did.
I just got to charge the drone thing for a little while.
I don't know. Somebody over there got an AC outlet on a truck. I got like new trucks got AC outlet.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Bad. I'm gonna try to get shit up for you. far so good. Haven't tried to do anything yet. Turn the scoreboard back on or what?
Pretty excited about it.
Well, a very pleasant good evening to all of you watching. Watertown Red and Black football. This is the Gridiron Developmental Football League playoffs now, as the Red and Black will face off with the Upstate Predators, their last regular season opponent. And again, a welcome to you all from Franklin campus, Benjamin Franklin campus here in downtown Rochester, just north of downtown. We're in what they call Group 14621, the zip code here, and that's what the neighborhood is named as well. There's been all sorts of planes flying overhead. It's a windy night here in Rochester, but otherwise pretty difficult to complain about the weather so far, as I'm sure you'll hear the wind throughout most of the night. Watertown will kick to start the night. As I mentioned, Gridiron Developmental Football League playoff action between the Red and Black and the Upstate Predators, who defeated Watertown just a couple of weeks ago in a really hard-fought game that came down right to the wire. Final score in that one was 22-17, and Watertown looked like they might try to snag it late. They had the chance to. They had the ball and ended up just unable to capitalize on the opportunity they were really handed at the end of that game. It was a couple of really bad decisions from Upstate's offense, and then Watertown answered right back with some poor decision-making of their own, and they fell up just short a couple of weeks ago to the Predators. Watertown with a bye last week. The Predators went on the road and lost to Syracuse by a score of 25-6. Syracuse has beaten everybody this year. They haven't lost. And they're looking to repeat as GDFL champions. They won last season. And they've got a pretty good chance to do it again this year, you would think. Both teams are lining up now. Watertown Red and Black football brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions here on the Steve Weed Productions YouTube channel. My name is Connor Lalone. Steve and I made the trip out from Watertown, drove down, and found our way down 104 into Rochester to make it here to Benjamin Franklin campus, just north of downtown, just south of Irondequoit. And so the Red and Black will kick off to start things this evening. And a playoff matchup between a team that they just played a really hard-fought game with a couple of weeks ago. We weren't certain exactly how well the Red and Black would travel down here to Rochester, but really solid turnout for them numbers-wise. And pretty much everybody that is a regular for Watertown is going to be available and suited up tonight. It'll be Eric Byler to kick things off, as usual, for Watertown. I think as soon as we get the correct time on the clock here, it still says 0 as we get ready to start. And just waiting on the scoreboard to get correct. Steve and I and all of you that have watched all of this season will know well that we've had our fair share of scoreboard issues, particularly on the road. And we've got 15 up there now, so that's a good sign, as Byler gets set to kick things off for the Red and Black GDFL playoffs. And we're about to get underway. Byler's kick low, and it bounces down to about the 30 where it's picked up there. Now skipping forward and getting just over the 35 was the ball carrier, the kick returner. That was a return of maybe 5 for the Predators. And so they'll take over, start things out here on offense. The red and black defense had a couple of shaky moments a couple of weeks ago, but they also played some really solid defensive football and managed to come up with a couple of takeaways. Nearly forced a fumble at the nearly recovered it at the very end of the game 2 weeks ago. So the red and black defense, this one's going to be handed off and scampering up the middle, picking up about 8 on the handoff play, I believe. That was Tommy Love the second, and it was, but a flag comes out just over the 40-yard line. Love on the handoff that time. He was a dangerous weapon for the Predators the last time we saw them. He's got explosive speed and able to cut left and right pretty well. Also, Tommy Love. That's going to be offensive holding. And so Love's rush of about 8 is going to be negated on the holding. That'll back Upstate up 10 yards to what looks like the 30. So first down and long from there. Back to pass, Joyner to the far side. It's caught. Getting back over the original line of scrimmage and down at about the 42 was the receiver that time, I believe. That was Sammy Diaz, who, much like Love, was all over the place on offense for the Predators a couple of weeks ago. Sammy Diaz, if I'm not mistaken, made some solid plays defensively as well. Second down and about 6 now. So a solid gain that time for the Predators on first down and long. Here's second down. Handed off, and Love, sneaking up the middle, is going to get just over the original line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard. And it'll be third down and about 4. So already a big third down for both of these teams here early in the first quarter of play. 13:45 on the clock here. And it'll be third down and 4 for the Upstate Predators as they step to the line. It's 3 receivers on the far side. And one here on this near side for Joyner, who hands it off, fakes the handoff. Screen pass out to the far side, picking up the first down and brought down there. But a solid reception and a first down of the game for either team, and it's picked up by the Upstate Predators. So that'll move the chains. We're down to about the what looks like 48-yard line. It'll be first and 10 from there. They're going to call it the 49. I'm not going to argue with them, as we're under 13 to go here in the first quarter. Joyner under, well, actually in the backfield, and pitching it out to Love, who's now spinning around. Love gets back to the line of scrimmage and over it, and he's still on his feet. Tommy Love the second got to right about midfield before his progress was stopped. We'll wait to see where they mark him down. And we've got a face mask against Watertown. I didn't see a flag come out, but the referee came right to midfield here, right at the F on the 50-yard line, and made a pretty loud and clear signal, which let's hope is a sign of things to come. Usually not the case, but very clearly face mask against Watertown. So a big penalty, costly penalty for the red and black, and the ball will move well down the field to the 35, now in Watertown's half of the field. Joyner, 2 options to his right and 1 to his left. He's going to hand off to Love up the middle. Tommy Love still going, and somehow managed to stay on his feet there, diving forward and picking up what looks like a gain of about 2. It'll be second down and 8. So the Predators electing to keep the ball on the ground so far tonight, which is perhaps understandable. As I mentioned, it's a really pretty windy night here in Rochester. Blustery breeze blowing in from our left. Two to the right and 2 to the left as Love rolls out for Joyner. And he's looking at that left side, fakes the pass, now dropping even deeper. Love scrambling out to this near side, looking down the field, throwing, and incomplete. Pass was intended for Coda in the end zone. Take a look at a replay of it here. Joyner scrambled out to this near side, threw into the end zone, and Coda diving. Eventually rolled over onto his back to reel it in, but he was well out of bounds by that time. So a long incompletion, and it'll be third down and 8. So the Predators step to the line on third down now after the incompletion. Motion in front of the quarterback Joyner, that's Diaz, rolling out to that left side. And Watertown jumped that time, it looked like. We'll wait to see who the flag is against, but there's definitely movement on the line. Looked like probably an offside against Watertown, but we'll wait to see. It's actually a false start against the Upstate Predators. Well, it looked like to me, as I believe it was Josh Lear, had jumped early on the line for Watertown, but instead they're going to say that Upstate moved first. So a false start backs them up 5. It'll be third down and about 12. Ball's on about the 38. Joyner with 2 options either side and 1 man in the backfield to his right. Again, early movement, and we're going to play on here. Joyner scrambling around, Lear in pressure. Joyner looking down the field and now throwing, and that one is diving in. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Love down the field, who made a really good diving effort. Look at it here as Lear jumped that one pretty early. I don't see any flags as of yet, but here's Joyner as he scrambled out to this near side, went way down the field, had Love. Good coverage by Dugan to force an incompletion. Does look like there may have been a flag on that far sideline. And so it is going to be an offside against Watertown. So it'll be third down, a repeat of third down. And it'll be about 8 yards to pick up for the Predators here. Again, 1 man in the backfield with the quarterback Joyner. That's Tommy Love. Joyner back to pass. Looking to his right. Throwing over the middle. That's caught by Diaz and brought down by Dugan. And Eric Mason was there to help Dugan wrap up Sammy Diaz, but not before he picked up the first down. So another third down conversion for the Predators, and they're really threatening now inside the red zone. First down and 10 with the ball what looks like the 12 or 13 yard line. It's 3 receivers on this near side to the right of the quarterback Joyner. 1 man in the backfield, 1 man on the far side. Joyner handed off to Love, and now cutting up the middle, Tommy Love. And somehow still on his feet, Love diving now is brought down. Tackle made there by Janaz Graves, but not before Tommy Love picked up about 6. It'll be second down and 4. Predators step to the line now. Coming out to this near side is Gibson and Diaz. Love again in the backfield with Joyner. And again handed off to Love, who finds a hole out on the outside. Still going out to the left and brought down just short of the end zone. Good tackle made by Darian Salter for Watertown to prevent a touchdown right there. And they're going to mark Love down ahead of the yardage to gain. It'll be first down and goal now. Ball is on what looks like maybe the 3-yard line. So first down and goal for the Predators here. On the very first possession of the game, they've run down a significant amount of clock too. We're under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Watertown hasn't even touched the ball yet, other than to kick it off. Joyner, and hand it off again, up the middle. And short of the end zone. They're going to call another face mask, I believe, against Watertown, which is half the distance. And so Upstate really threatening now. In a great spot. The Predators looking to strike first, get on the board in this GDFL playoff game against the Watertown Red and Black, a team that Upstate beat just a couple of weeks ago in Watertown. Joyner steps to the line, one either side of him. The man to his left is Milan Blaiwa. And he's going to hand it off to Love, who's falling forward into the end zone for a touchdown for the Upstate Predators. And they get on the board first. It's Tommy Love the second. And the Predators take an early 6-0 lead. Here's a look at it on the handoff play to Love. And he went right up the middle. Williams was there trying to reel him in, Jonathan Williams, and jumped right on his back. Unable to stop Tommy Love from finding his way into the end zone. And the Predators lead 6-0. They're going to send out the PAT team. And the ball comes loose. Watertown falls on it. So the extra point no good. And we will step aside as Watertown is going to get the ball back, but they trail 6-0 here in Rochester.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is.
What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing.
Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. Double A, MCO.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81, the oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience, Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
Back in Rochester after the Predators touchdown. And then the extra point was no good as the ball came loose and Watertown fell on it. It's 6-0. And Predators get set to kick things off after getting on the board first. Back deep for Watertown. 3 different players. It's Smaj James, Keegan Quior, and Jared Souffrant. Big booming kick, and Cuellar is going to be the man who reels it in inside the 15-yard line. Here he is, Cuellar still fighting forward. And a solid return that time on the kick for Keegan Cuellar. He gets over the 30. They're going to mark him down at about the 32-yard line. So a return just over 15 yards for Cuellar that time. Watertown gets the ball here for their first offensive possession of the night. And they already trail 6-0. Predators marched the ball down the field. They went down and burned up a lot of clock, keeping the ball on the ground. They threw a couple of times without a ton of success, but the running game carried them to the end zone and burn up most of this first quarter. This one's handed off to Finkley up the middle, and Fink maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up half a yard, if that.
Oh, you're good.
Jamal Finkley called on here in the first play of the game for Watertown as Sean Johnson looks to bounce back after his rough outing a couple of weeks ago through 4 interceptions. He's got 3 men to his left and one to his right. One man in the backfield is Finkley. It's Cuellar, Todd, and James. And short screen, caught by Finkley. Still on his feet is Fink, and he's going to be brought down. Flag did come out. There was movement on the line before the snap. And I believe that's going to be offside against Upstate. And it is. So an offside against the Predators. They gave Watertown the free play there. Ultimately, it didn't result in anything as Johnson's only move was to throw a short screen to this near side that Fink reeled in, and then he had absolutely nowhere to go. But the offside will march Watertown down the field. It'll be second down and just under 5 yards to gain here. Back to passes, Johnson under some pressure, stepping forward, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Sean Johnson brought down quickly. He was under all sorts of pressure from every angle and had nowhere to go. He's going to head over to the sideline to talk things over to Jerry Levine before heading back to the huddle now. It's a loss of maybe a yard. It'll be third down. And about 5 or 6 for Watertown here. Red and black talking things over on third down. And now stepping to the line. 2 men either side for Johnson this time. Todd and Cuellar on the near side. Looks like James and Chris Furr on the far side. Johnson looking to pass, looking to that far side. It's reeled in by James, and Samaj is going to fight his way forward. Huge hit laid right there. James pops right back up, and it's going to be really close to first down yardage. We'll wait to see if they give him the first down, and they do. They march it forward. Samaj James made something out of nothing that play. Looked like he had nowhere to go. Ended up fighting left and right. And then forward to pick up about 5.5, 6 yards, which is enough for the Red and Blacks' first down of the night. March the ball forward. Zach Todd, the only man to the left of Sean Johnson, and he looks to his right. Low pass, but reeled in, and maybe back to the line of scrimmage that time. Reception, short screen to the right side. I believe it was Furr who reeled that one in. And they're actually going to mark him down short of the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of about 2 yards on the pass to the right side for Chris Furr. So second down and 12. Ball pretty much right on the 40-yard line. As the the red and black looking to answer back on offense here. We're already down to 3.5 minutes in the first quarter of play. Both teams keeping the ball on the ground for much of the first quarter. And the crowd here getting involved at Benjamin Franklin. Again, movement on the line. This time the play is going to be blown dead.
Watch the ball!
And it's going to be an offside against Watertown. So already we've seen a whole host of offside and false starts. And Watertown flagged there, false start. And they'll be backed up. It'll be second down and long for the red and black. It's going to be about 17 after the first down play to Christopher, lost 2. And then the flag backed him up 5, so second down and 17. Ball's pretty much right on the 45-yard line. Johnson fakes the handoff and looking down the field, throwing to this near side into coverage, deflected, and it falls incomplete. Flag comes out behind the play, which has got to be pass interference, as Cuellar went up to make that catch. In coverage was Terrell Gano, and they are going to call pass interference, looks like against Gano. As the wind is really picking up now all of a sudden here in Rochester. Steve is making some camera adjustments. And still all sorts of conversation and argument here on this near sideline, which is the Upstate Predators bench here right in front of us. And it actually looks like they've talked the official out of a pass interference. So the Predators' entire sideline got over here and communicated with the official. And he then changed his mind. That's incredibly rare. Almost never will you see something like that happen where an official will change his mind and back out of a call that he's already made, especially when he made it so adamantly. And so it's not pass interference. It's going to be second down and 17 for Watertown again. Well, it should be. We're having issues on where we should spot the ball. Watertown's down and ready to go. The chain gang on the far sideline's not in the right spot. It should be a third down and 17 after the incomplete pass. Right now we've got second down on that far sideline and about 12. So we need to get everybody in the right places before we can start playing again here. There's 2 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock in the first quarter, with it stopped after the incomplete pass interference, no pass interference call on this near side. Johnson looked way down the field, threw in a triple coverage. Keegan Cuellar went up with one hand and was unable to reel it in. Watertown may be fortunate that it didn't get intercepted after the pass was tipped. And now I think we've cleared up the confusion. Not really certain why it took as long as it did, but we're ready to play again. It'll be third down and 17, as it should be, after the incompletion. 2 men other side for Johnson's looking to pass, almost slipped there, throwing over the middle of the field, and it is intercepted. And still on his feet, moving down the field, Jimmy Hutto. An interception thrown by Johnson. He had 4 of them a couple of weeks ago. He's already got 1 tonight now. And that one taken away by Jimmy Hutto. And the sideline here, the fans love that one. That one just kind of thrown towards the middle of the field with no real intended receiver. And Hutto went up and got it. Big man, he was hard to stop, too, after he had reeled it in. So an interception thrown by Johnson, which is one of the major things that came back to haunt Watertown a couple of weeks ago, was the offensive turnovers, the giveaways. Another one here. And with 2 minutes and 38 on the clock in the first quarter, the Predators will get the ball back inside the Watertown half of play. Handed off up the middle and brought down pretty quickly is Love. Really windy now all of a sudden. Well, it's been like that pretty much since we arrived here at Benjamin Franklin High. And the radar, at least for now, looks like the heavy stuff is going to miss us, but as you know, any change of the wind coming off the lake can have a severe effect. That one batted down right at the line. Probably should have been an interception. Darian Salter got a whole palm on that one. And it batted straight down into the ground before Salter could try to corral it. So an incomplete pass right at the line. It'll be third down for the Predators. There's a couple openings up there in the clouds where you can still see the sun, but it's become pretty overcast all of a sudden. There's Steve giving you a pretty good look at it. Temperature's settled down, and it's really pretty solid weather for football. Back to pass, Joyner throwing to that far side, sliding, reeling it in, and getting back up onto his feet before being pushed out of bounds is Olajuwon McLemore. That's a really athletic play by McLemore to slide like that. Almost a baseball pop-up slide. Reel the catch in on the slide down near his hip. Popped back up and kept running before he was pushed out of bounds. And a big gain picks up another first down for the Predators. Ball down. Not quite in the red zone, but just outside of it. And it's two men to the right of Joyner, one to his left, as well as Love in the backfield. Low snap, dugout. Joyner's going to take it himself out to this near sideline, and he's met quickly. Brought down by Dugan, and I believe Josh Lear it was. Getting in there to make the tackle on the quarterback, Joyner. He picks up a couple of yards on the keeper that time. Not a designed keeper, but it gained a solid 2 nonetheless. Low snap. That Joyner did a good job to just dig out and try to pick up anything. A long huddle here. And they break out of it. Second down and about 8 after the quarterback keeper. McLemore lined up right next to the quarterback Joyner. But we're going to have a timeout called on the field. And we'll step aside and be right back.
We are TYN. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson for over 54 years. We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
To your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backup. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
Back in Rochester, correct myself. That was not a timeout. It was the end of the first quarter. That's how quick it flew by. I didn't even realize that we had wrapped up play on the first quarter. Both teams really pretty much exclusively keeping the ball on the ground, which has allowed the clock to run. It's 6-0 in favor of the home team as we start the second quarter of play here at Benjamin Franklin campus, just north of downtown Rochester, home of the Upstate Predators. They have a 6-0 lead against Watertown. As we begin the second quarter, Joyner looked to pitch it, but he's going to keep it. Throwing down the field into the end zone, too tall, and unable to reel it in was Desmond Batten, the intended receiver in the end zone. And so it's a incompletion to start the second quarter of play. It's third down and about 8 for the Upstate Predators. The wind continues to blow, and I hate to say it, but it does look like it's getting a little bit darker here in Rochester. Steve gave me a disgusted look. Joyner scrambling out to his right, throwing now, and reeled in. Sliding catch that time on the right side. Michael Cota was the man who brought that one in. Well, the clock is running. We're under 14 and a half to go here in the second quarter of play. And the Predators threatening here on fourth down and very short. The offense is going to stay on the field. And we'll wait to see if they actually go for it or if they just try to get Watertown to jump. Watertown has a couple of times already tonight. They are going to play it. Hand it off and fighting forward. Brought down. And I believe that's going to be short. It was a handoff to McLemore up the middle. And I don't think they're going to give it to him. So a big stop for Watertown there as they hold on fourth down and manage to turn the ball over on downs. They'll get it back deep in their own end. It'll be first down for Watertown with the ball on what looks like the 18. With 13 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock. Red and black trailing 6-0. But looking to get back into it. They've got a lot of yardage to pick up here on this possession. Finkley to the left of Johnson, and now we're going to have a timeout called by the Predators. So before Watertown can get a playoff, Upstate's going to call a timeout. And we'll take a short break and be right back.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We, know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in, and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to," and they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
Back in Rochester after the Predators timeout. Both teams still talking things over, getting ready to break out now. Watertown turned the ball over on downs on a big fourth down stop with the Predators threatening. They were in the red zone, and they only needed to pick up about a yard. Watertown able to get a stop on the rush up the middle for McLemore. And so Watertown gets the ball here. Johnson handed off to Finkley, who goes right up the gut. And still on his feet, fighting forward. Jamal Finkley, man, he never gives up. He picks up about 4. Solid rush up the middle for Finkley. Clock running. We're under 13 and a half to go here in the second quarter. Down marker on that far side still says first. And now they flip it over to second. I don't think they heard me over there, but that was good timing. It'll be second down and about 6 after the rush up the middle for Finkley. Johnson looking to his left, and he's going to be brought down. Sack. There's a couple of players in for the sack for the Predators. Damon Glasgow Jr. was the first one there. Made the principal contact, Damon Glasgow Jr. So Johnson sacked for a loss of about 5. It'll be third down and 11 for the red and black, who step to the line now. 2 to the left, 2 to the right for Johnson. And he's got Finkley in the backfield as an option. He's looking to pass, looking at this near side, batted down, caught by Finkley, who fights forward. Really unorthodox play, as the pass was batted down right at the line, fell into the lap of Jamal Finkley, and he picked up maybe a yard. That'll be fourth down and 10 for Watertown. And almost certainly they'll have to send out the punt team, and they do. It's Elijah Howard coming out to punt for Watertown. And now we're going to have a timeout. I believe that's an official timeout, as they need to get the clock stopped, and now they do at 11:31. Well, that was about as unusual a reception for 1 yard as you'll ever see, as Finkley looked up and found that one in his lap after it was batted down right at the line. And there is a player down on the field, so that's why we got the timeout called. I didn't see that initially, but there is a player down for the Predators. That's DeAnthony Terrell, who's the injured player. And so we'll step aside as Terrell's down for Upstate.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips.
Totally.
And frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Well, Terrell back up on his feet, walking off under his own power. I didn't really see what happened to send DeAnthony Terrell to the ground, but he's back up now and comes off to the Predators' sideline. It's going to be fourth down and 10 for Watertown, and they did send out Howard to punt. And he looked set to receive the snap at the 2-yard line. Always a fun situation trying to punt way deep in your own end, especially if you're in the end zone or right next to it. Whistle from the referee. We're going to start the clock. And Howard gets set to punt. Good snap. And Howard gets a good punt away. Tumbling over out of this near sideline and then bouncing straight right and out of play. Pretty much right at the 45. So the red and black get the ball but can't do anything with it. And forced to punt it away. Howard gets a good one off from his own 2-yard line. Wait to see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to spot it actually at the 40, which that's about 5 yards further forward than it was when it went out of bounds. So not a good spot for the red and black that time. But it'll be first down and 10. Ball on the 40. It really looked like about a 43-yard punt. Instead, they're going to say it's about a 38-yard punt for Howard. First down and 10 for the Predators. Joyner fakes the handoff. Now looking to this near side under some serious pressure. Gets the pass off. It's caught. And no, incomplete. Pass was reeled in, but he was out of bounds on this near side. Intended receiver Desmond Batten reeled it in, but couldn't keep his feet in bounds to make the catch. So an incompletion after all of that, and it's second down and 10. Some really good pressure from the red and black that time, able to get to Joyner and force him to make a tough throw on the run out to this near sideline. Pass fell incomplete, and it's second down and 10. Clock stopped at 10 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the first half of play. Second and 10 for the Preds. Long hold. And now the snap. Fake handoff. Screen to the right side. Caught. And fighting forward for about 5. Onto that far sideline. Pass was reeled in by Sammy Diaz. But there's a flag down on this near sideline. Right in front of the Predators bench, there's a flag. And it's a defensive holding, which will move the chains. So it's going to be first down and 10. Ball is going to be on the 35 for the Predators after the defensive holding against Watertown. Clock running now. And there's another flag out on the field. There's all sorts of jawing going on this near sideline. And it's going to be a false start against the offense. So first down and 15. Ball on the 40. Under 10.5 to go here in the second quarter. 2 to the right and 2 to the left, with 1 in the backfield for Joyner, who's looking to pass. This near side caught, and that's Love fighting up the field before being pushed out of bounds by Corey Smith. Good gain on the reception for Love that time. Tommy Love with a gain of about 10. It's second down and 5. Ball right on the 30 as the Predators step up here. 9.5 to go in the second quarter now. Just the one receiver here to the left. This one's handed off up the middle, fighting forward. And then brought down pretty quickly was Love on the handoff. Steve and I had a chance to meet Tommy Love before the game, came over and introduced himself. And seemed like a really solid stand-up guy. He told us that he always liked watching our games and that he knew we were going to tape a touchdown of his, and he got one in the first quarter. The Predators on their first possession ran it into the end zone, Tommy Love, and it's 6-0. They're threatening again here on third down. Joyner still has it, looking down the field, over the middle, and sliding, making the catch And then brought down before he can find his way into the end zone, but a really good grab that time for Desmond Batten. He nearly got one on this near side, but was called out of bounds before he could reel it in. Love faked a handoff and then a pass, and then went way down the field, and Batten wide open, sliding, diving to make that catch. And probably touchdown saving tackle that time. I believe that was Davian Davis for Watertown. Saves a touchdown, at least for now. It's first down and goal. Handed off, Love, and fighting forward. And they're going to mark him down just short. Love on the handoff up the middle. It's going to be second down and further than I initially thought. Looks like still about 2. Second and goal. Eric Washington is taking his time getting back up to his feet for Watertown there. Washington's a man who plays on the defensive line and gets some snaps as a fullback as well for Watertown. Joyner is going to scramble out to the right on the option and forced out of bounds for a loss. Nowhere to go for Billy Joyner that time. And the Preds are going to lose a couple of yards, and again it looks like Washington is down for Watertown on that far side. The last couple of plays now, he's gone down like that and really slow to get up. He's trying to signal to the Watertown bench that they got to make a sub for him, and they don't seem to be making any sort of move. Joining the field late was Jarrell Roberts, but Watertown does have 11 out there, so Washington did come off to the Watertown bench. Eric Washington. Back to pass. Joyner under some pressure, scrambling around, stepping out to the left side. Flags come out, flags plural, in the end zone, and now another one on the near side. So 3 separate flags are down on the field as Joyner was scrambling around in the backfield trying to make something happen. And I think now the officials are going to come together and discuss what they saw individually and try to make a decision collectively. Waiting to see now. So defensive holding, that's declined. And a face mask against the defense, that's going to be accepted, which is half the distance. And another first down. So I think that's the 3rd face mask call against the red and black tonight. And it's going to mean a first down and goal. For the Upstate Predators, first and goal. Joyner has 2 options either side. He hands it off. No, he faked the handoff. Joyner still got it. Good pressure. And getting to the quarterback, the ball comes loose. Watertown picks it up, and they recover the fumble. Great pressure that time from Darian Salter to get to the quarterback, Joyner. And then the red and black able to pick up the fumble. So the red and black defense with another huge stop right up against it. Backs against the wall. You see Salter get to the quarterback, and the ball came loose, and then it was picked up by Connor Brown. So the red and black get the ball, and more importantly, keep the Predators out of the end zone. Twice now, Upstate's been very close. They've been threatened. They've gotten into the goal line set. And then Watertown able to keep him out after failing to do so on the first possession of the night. So the Red and Black get the ball with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Ball's at about the 26, looks like. This one handed off up the middle. And nowhere to go. Finkley. That seems to be the game plan so far for the Red and Black, is at least initially hand the ball off to Fink and try to see if he can find a hole in the early downs, and then as it progresses, maybe look to take a crack down the field. Johnson's already thrown a pick tonight. He had 4 a couple of weeks ago. Here he is looking to pass to this near side, way up into the air, has Furr, and Chris Furr reeled it in over the coverage. And Furr made a catch, got all the way down to about the 30. Take a look at it here. Johnson threw it right into coverage, and it was good coverage. Terrell Gano was right with Chris Furr, and just over the shoulder of Gano. Furr watched it the whole time, reeled it in, and with one play, the Red and Black move way down the field. It'll be first down and 10 from the 30. Two receivers either side. Johnson runs into Finkley, and he's going to be brought down there. Miscommunication. A real breakdown for the Red and Black there, as Johnson was trying to step forward, and Finkley stepped back right into his path. It's going to be a loss of about 5. So after Watertown moved way down the field on a huge reception for Chris Furr, they backed themselves up. And it's second down and about 14. Furr and Quior on the near side. James on the far side. Finkley in the backfield with the quarterback Johnson. This one, fake handoff. Johnson's taking himself and diving forward to get back to about the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 10 on the quarterback keeper for Johnson that time. Actually picked up closer to 6. Be third down about 9 for Watertown. Johnson taking his time and giving instruction to the receivers either side. It's the same formation that Watertown just ran. Johnson to the near side, incomplete. Was, I believe, intended for Furr, was kind of thrown in that direction, potentially. Lowell Robinson was the one who was closest, nearly reeled it in for what would have been Johnson's second pick. Instead, it's just an incompletion, but it's fourth down now and about 9 for Watertown. And the offense is going to stay out there. Jerry Levine giving the instructions to Johnson, who's back out there, and he's relaying them to the huddle now. Under 2.5 to go in the second quarter of action. And Watertown with a huge fourth down here after they forced a fumble and then made a huge pass down the field to set them up here. Looking for a fourth down completion. Johnson again looking to pass. Good pressure. Johnson is going to be brought down way in the backfield. Another sack for the Predators defense. And Watertown stopped on fourth down. Johnson brought down in the backfield. for a sack with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first half of play. The red and black turn it over on downs. Well, as the teams get ready to switch sides of the football, I'll give you a word from our sponsors for Watertown red and black football all season long. Governor Savings and Loan has 5 locations. They're your hometown bank. Samaritan Medical Center is part of the community, and they're also hiring. Stanley Law and Joe Stanley gets the maximum award. And Allen's Liquor and Wines has the largest selection of New York State wine, the oldest running liquor and wine store in the area. Get to the rest of our excellent sponsors later tonight. As Joyner's looking to pass here over the middle and caught. Flag comes out. It looked like, as that one was reeled in by Batten, that Davian Davis had a handful of jersey, and I think that's what the flag was thrown for, would be a defensive holding. Waiting to see, though. And it's too many men on the field, actually, looks like. And then a defensive holding against Watertown. So they're going to offset. It'll be first down and 10. Well, the good thing, one of the good things about where we are today here at the Benjamin Franklin campus in Rochester, New York, is that for the most part we can see and maybe even sometimes hear what the officials are signaling, which at this point in the season I'm just grateful that they're even making signals, more or less, that we can actually decipher them. That's been a bonus so far tonight. If you're watching at home, do me a favor and knock on some wood. I don't have anything around that I can knock on. Whistle. And 2-minute warning here at the end of the first half. So at the 2-minute warning, we'll step aside and be right back.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
So both teams seem ready to go after the offsetting penalties and the 2-minute warning. That'll be first down and 10 for the Predators after a huge 4th down sack to get the ball back. Watertown forced to fumble, but then again, despite the long reception for Furr, the offense stalling a bit. Joyner looking to pass. Good pressure from Watertown. Thrown over the middle. It's intercepted. Watertown with another takeaway, this time a pick. It's Samaj James in defensive coverage for Watertown, who comes up with an interception. And again, just a result of the good pressure that the red and black were able to put on Joyner. It was Joyner started to hear the footsteps of Jarrell Roberts and threw that one over the middle where James was to reel it in. So it's an int thrown by Billy Joyner. Watertown takeaway, and they get the ball back here in the dying embers, really, the second quarter. Flag comes out, and I believe that's going to be, well, it's going to be against Watertown. I don't know exactly what the flag was thrown for, but it is against the red and black. And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty before the play even started, before Watertown really even lined up. So after the interception, Watertown will get it back, but it's going to be first down and 15. Finkley in the backfield for the lone receiver to the right of the quarterback, Johnson. Johnson looking to the left, throwing down the field, caught! And enough for the first down. Keegan Cuior jumped up to reel that one in. A solid grab, and it looks like there might be a player down after the play for the Predators. We'll take a look at the replay and see if we can figure out who that was in coverage. Keegan Cuior went up to reel that one in. A couple of players actually collided with each other, a couple of Predators, and one of them stayed down. Can't quite tell who that is, but we'll step aside for the injury timeout and be right back.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackett's Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
It's a Watertown first down as we get back to action here with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half of play. Cuior in motion. Quick pass, batted down right at the line of scrimmage. Good coverage that time by Jimmy Hutto to bat that one down. He's already got a pick tonight. Jimmy Hutto was right there on the line. Got two big hands on the ball to swat it down for an incompletion, so it's second down and 10 for Watertown. 4 seconds came off the clock. We're exactly 1.5 minutes to go now. Ball's on the 41 for the red and black, who other than the first possession of the game have held strong, particularly when they've gotten down inside, when Upstate has gotten down inside the red zone. Watertown's been able to hold them now a couple of times in consecutive order. Johnson back to pass, way in the backfield. Scrambling to his left, looking down the field. Johnson throws in and out of the hands. Incomplete. Zach Todd was wide open. And that pass hit him in the hands, and Todd actually looks like he might have bent his fingers backwards on that one. It was thrown with some serious zip. Johnson threw a line drive right to Todd, and he's still struggling as he comes off to that sideline. And yeah, it looks like that right hand. And Todd's in some serious discomfort actually over there on that far sideline as he's being assisted by the red and black training staff. Well, with how much speed that Johnson threw it, it'd be pretty understandable that Todd would be in some serious pain after failing to reel that one in. After the incompletion, third down and 10. Finkley right to the left of Johnson, who's stepping forward. Johnson still going out to his left, throwing down the field, and incomplete. Pass was intended for Rashay Whitfield, rather, tight end, who had checked into the game to replace Todd. But it falls incomplete, and now it's fourth down and 10. And it's going to be a change of personnel for Watertown. Looks like the punt unit is going to come out. Watertown might be forced to back up here as they're taking their time, getting the right people out there, the punt unit. Elijah Howard got out there pretty quick. The rest of the team still straggling. So again, the Watertown defense creates an opportunity for the offense that is not taken. It's going to be 4th down and the punt unit on. The officials are having a conversation down there at the line of scrimmage. Wait to see. We might get a signal now. Maybe not. And now the whistle. And we're going to play. Howard. That's a decent punt for Elijah Howard. Gets a good bounce and roll. And it's going to get out of bounds deep into the Predators' territory. Good punt for Elijah Howard. The clock never started on the punt. So as it stands, it's still 1:16 left in the second quarter. It also looked like there was some movement on the line on that play. Looked like Upstate might have jumped it early. But there's no whistles, no flags, and no time off the clock. It's going to be a 1st down and 10 for the Preds deep in their own half of the field. Joyner has 2 options to either side, and he's looking to use them to this near side. He throws it way down the field and caught, and then a huge hit laid. Big grab, big grab, and then a big hit. Pass was caught by Sammy Diaz, and then Jonathan Williams made the tackle. Take another look at it here. Right as Diaz caught it, that's perfectly timed by Jonathan Williams to make the hit. And the ball's coming all the way back down the field. There is a flag down at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like it's going to back the Predators up. So the pass is negated by the flag. It was a big gain for Sammy Diaz. And maybe an even bigger hit by Jonathan Williams. And we're going to act like none of it ever happened. There's a flag down against the offense. And so it's 1st down and 20. They're way deep in their own half now. Again, 2 men either side for Billy Joyner, who hands this one off. Fighting out to this near side is Love. And still on his feet, Love is going to be brought down by his jersey. Got a handful, did Corey Smith. And that's about the only way you're going to stop Tommy Love. And the clock is running and looks like it's going to run out. I thought Love looked like he got out of bounds here. Either way, it looks like we're going to take a halftime break. I thought Love looked like he got out of bounds and that the clock would have stopped, but it didn't. And the officials seem content, I believe, to just let it run out. Maybe not. We're having a conversation now. And there is the signal, I think, for the teams to switch sides, I believe. They're still having conversations. The argument here is that the Predators feel like they should have another chance to maybe take a crack down the field, as Tommy Love went out of bounds, which would have stopped the clock somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 or 15 seconds. But I believe the officials are just going to let it run out. We've got 14 back on the clock now. And we're still involved in conversations and deliberations. And again, official in the white hat's made that signal 2 or 3 times now, which I believe is for the teams to switch sides, indicating that it would be halftime. Watertown is already huddling on the far side. And now the Predators appear to be making their way off the field. So it will eventually be halftime. The score at the half is the Upstate Predators 6, Watertown 0. Both defenses came to play today. And it's a one-score game at halftime. We'll take a break, and we'll be back for the second half of action.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is.
What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't. That's AMCO. Double A, MCO.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81, the oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience, Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
We are TYN. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson for over 54 years. We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
To your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We, know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackett's Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. when your insurance company denies your claim. My personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Anne's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is. What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. AA, MCO.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81. The oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
We are TYN. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson for over 54 years. We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
Get your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We know your families, we see you in the community. You're not a number here, you're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Should I be afraid? That's what Anne of Sackets Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Anne's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is. What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. AA, MCO.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81. The oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
We are TYN. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson for over 54 years. We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
To your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We, know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackett's Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is. What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. AA, MCO.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81. The oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
We are TYN. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson for over 54 years. We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
Get your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
Welcome back to Rochester, where we're bringing you Gridiron Developmental Football League playoff action between the Watertown Red and Black and the host Upstate Predators. It's been a defensive battle so far tonight. 6-0 is your score at the end of the first half. And we're getting ready to start things off. Watertown will receive to start the second half. This has been like I said, a really defensive battle. Both teams playing really well on that side of the ball. The offenses have stalled a little bit. Watertown unable to really get anything going offensively other than one big reception down the field for Chris Furr. And that's about it as far as the offense is concerned for the Red and Black. Sean Johnson has thrown an interception, but so has Billy Joyner. Red and Black also forced a fumble, which they recovered. And it's been all defense so far tonight. Once again, GDFL football, the playoffs. Brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions as we get underway to start things off. Fielded at about the 20 by Samaj James, who gets all the way out to the far side now. And still on his feet, James showing some really good speed as he gets down to about the 38. Another look at the return for James as he picked that one up and then made his way all the way to the far side of the field before being pushed out of bounds. Tackle made on that far side by Patrick O'Leary to force James out of bounds. The only score of the game was a rushing touchdown for Tommy Love. And that was it, the very first possession of the game. And since then, both teams have been zeros. GDFL playoff action between two teams who faced each other just a couple of weeks ago up in Watertown. The winner of this game would travel to Syracuse to play the Syracuse Strong, last year's GDFL champions. And they look set to try to defend that title. This one handed off up the middle to Finkley, but he's brought down for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. We were checking the weather during halftime and looking at it around us. So far, it's been a beautiful night. Other than a pretty steady breeze, it's hard to complain about what we've had to work with here in Rochester. We're at Benjamin Franklin. This one thrown to the near side and caught right at midfield. Chris Furr reeled it in. And that's going to be first down yardage for the red and black. Take a look as Johnson stepped back to pass and wasted no time finding Chris Furr right at the 50, well, the 49 actually. And reeled in for a completion. It'll be first down and 10. Chains over there say 2, but it is 1. Right on cue. There it is. First down and 10. Jared Souffrant into the game for Watertown. He's on the near side. Johnson looking for him and actually is caught by the tight end, Rashay Whitfield. And he's forced out of bounds. Looks like it might be maybe even a loss of a yard or 2. Damon Glasgow Jr. making the tackle. And they're going to give Whitfield the line of scrimmage, so it'll be second down and 10. Watertown taking their time and now break out of the huddle. There's Souffrant right to the left of your picture there. He's into the game. We saw him have a big night the last time we were in Rochester against the Colonials. This one handed off to another player who had a really good game against Charlotte, Corey Smith. And Smith is taking a little bit of offense as Corey tried to get up. Damon Glasgow Jr. made his presence known. It's a gain of no yardage. It's third down and 10. So Whitfield in at tight end. There's 2 receivers on the left. Looks like Cuior and Furr. No, it's Cuior and James. Furr's on this near side. Number 9 there, right in the center of your picture. Back to pass again, Johnson. Quick pass over the middle, and it's intercepted again. Another pick, and this time it was reeled in by DeAnthony Terrell. And Johnson got hit hard, and a flag came out late after the play as there's some scrum happening now behind the play. Here's a look at Johnson's pick, thrown right into the hands of Terrell. And Johnson took a good lick as he was letting that one go. And there were some extracurriculars. The flag came out in the backfield. We'll wait to see what the ruling is here. For now, at least, it's the Upstate Predators offense on the field. And the red and black defense out there, so the flag happening after the interception, not a roughing the passer must be. And I never saw a signal or heard anything from any of the officials. So after the pick, second interception thrown by Johnson. It's first down and 10 for Upstate. Joyner, quick pass, caught. Scrambling out to this near side. Now cutting back to his right is Diaz. Still on his feet, Sammy Diaz. And being pushed by his own players further forward down the field. Big reception on first down to pick up another. Sammy Diaz. Get a look at it here. Joyner, quick pass over the middle. Found Diaz, who thought about going to the left, cut back to the right, and got past Eric Washington before being brought down by a whole host of players from Watertown. Dugan involved. Washington got back in there. But it's a big gain. First down and 10 now. Ball on the 28 for the Predators. They have a 6-0 lead with 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter of play here in Rochester. fake handoff and a short screen to the near side. Caught and fighting forward before being pushed out of bounds was the receiver, Batten. A short little screen after the fake handoff. Caught by Batten before he was forced out of bounds, really pulled out of bounds by the waist by Darian Salter. So, second down and about 4. Clock still running here, which is interesting because almost certainly Batten was forced out of bounds. But it says 9 minutes and 25 seconds now here in the third quarter. Motion in front of the quarterback, and he pitches out to Love. And Love is shifting. The ball comes loose after Love was down by contact. It was picked up quickly and efficiently by Joyner, actually, the quarterback. But they're going to say that Tommy Love, the second, was down before the ball came loose. Maybe a loss of a yard. Third down and 5 now. Well, twice we saw the Predators get in a position like this where they were down inside the red zone in that first half of play, and Watertown stopped them. Red and black would love to do that again here and keep it just a 6-point game. Joyner looking to pass. Had Diaz, but elects to go here to this near side instead. Pass was caught by McLemore before he was brought down on the near side. Davis there making the tackle for Watertown. And McLemore managed to stay in bounds. So the clock running under 8 now in the third quarter. Just short of the first down yard marker that time for Olajuwon McLemore. And it's fourth down and very short. And the red and black looking to hold him here again. Hand it off. And they're going to do it. The red and black with another huge stop on fourth down. And once again, they hold Upstate right at the verge of breaking. The red-black may be able to get a stop. That's 3 times now we've seen that happen. And somehow the score will remain at 6-0. Clock still running as the teams make their way onto the field after the change in possession. We're under 7 minutes to go. It's very possible that there was a conversation had at halftime to run the clock. It doesn't seem likely, but that's the only thing we can think of. Now it has stopped, so we've stopped. 6 minutes and 57 seconds. So the clock can run pretty much straight through the entire third quarter until this point when the teams switch sides. I mean, almost always. The only time you see a running clock is in a really lopsided game. That one thrown and very nearly picked off. Would have been an easy pick 6. Watertown with a huge break there. Just a massive break. Would have been the second pick of the night for Jimmy Hutto. And that one almost certainly, barring just a monumental collapse for Hutto, would have been a pick 6. Right in and out of the hands. And it's just an incompletion. New life for the red and black. Second down and 10. Long pause here. Now the snap. Johnson. Good pressure. Johnson down the field and Incomplete, intended for Furr. Really good coverage that time. Lowell Robinson was the man all over Chris Furr. Johnson was able to drop one over the shoulder of the coverage once for Chris Furr, but that time it falls incomplete. And the clock stopped at 6:43 after the incomplete pass. It's 3rd down and 10. Wait to see how the red and black line up, but I'd guess it's going to be at least 3 receivers, and it looks like that's going to be the case. Cuior and James on the far side, Furr on the near side, and it looks like Rashay Whitfield's lined up there on the line, the tight end. Johnson stepping forward and just unable to skip past the tackle. He's going to be brought down. Diving in at the ankles was Michael Wilder to make the stop on Johnson. And it's a gain of about a couple for Sean Johnson there. And now the clock is stopped after the rush up the middle. Right now it's 6 minutes and 41 seconds left, at least according to the scoreboard. I can't assure you the score is correct. It's 6-0. Both teams getting it done defensively. And the red and black sending the punt team out on 4th down and about 7. It's Howard back to punt. And it's another really good punt from Howard. Good block laid there, and deciding to pick it up for some reason. Believe that was Eddie Jackson. See if you had a better look at it than I did. Just absolutely demolished as he picked that one up. It was actually Damon Glasgow. And Eric Mason right there to lay a really heavy hit on a ball that Glasgow didn't have to pick up. He could have very easily just let it roll. Either way, it's no gain on the return, so 1st down and 10 from the 41. So the red and black with a big stop defensively, and then once again the offense sputters. A good punt from Howard. And the Predators take over. 3 men to the left of the quarterback Joyner. And 1 man in the backfield, that's Love. It's handed off to him. And Love fighting forward. Solid gain right up the gut for Tommy Love. They're going to give him right about 5 yards on the rushing play up the middle. 2nd down and 5 now from the 34. Not the 34, the 46. Serves me right for relying on the scoreboard. Pitched to Love, and he's brought down. Diving in at the ankles was Jalen Dugan to make the tackle on Love. And looked for a second as though a player from Watertown might have stayed down, but back up quickly onto his feet was Josh Lear, I believe. No gain that time. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Winning 50-50 ticket being announced. I don't think Steve and I, either of us, bought one. That one's complete over the middle. Steve shaking his head no. No big winners here tonight. Pass over the middle was complete to Sammy Diaz. And it looked like he picked up enough for a first. We'll wait to see. That spot right there is going to be very close, but they're going to move it forward. And so it is going to be a first down. There's actually a flag on the play as well, which was against Watertown. And I didn't see a signal, but it's got to be a personal foul the way the ball's marched way down the field. Down to the 34. So personal foul against Watertown. And it's first down and 10 from the 34. Movement on the line. Free play. Joyner rolling out to the left. Looking down the field. Throwing way down the field into the end zone. Contact in the end zone. It's picked off there. And then forced out of bounds after the pick. Davian Davis made the interception. There was all sorts of movement on the line before the play. Take a look at it there. Definitely some movement, and it is an offside against Watertown. Well, it was a free play, basically, for the Predators, and Joyner figured why not take a shot way down the field. He did, into the end zone where Davian Davis was there waiting for it, but it's ultimately a moot point as Watertown called for the offside. Clock stopped now with 4 minutes and 12 seconds on it in the third quarter of play. It'll be first down and 5 for the Upstate Predators, as they're once again threatening here. Diaz in motion in front of the quarterback, Joyner. He rolls out to the right side. Joyner handed off, and that's Olajuwon McLemore on the handoff play. He's able to sneak forward and pick up about 7 on the handoff. Looked like Joyner just got it away to McLemore at the last second there. And he was able to scramble out to this near sideline before being brought down in play. Clock running as we approach 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Still 6-0. Predators looking to change that here. Joyner handed off, and again it's McLemore. He's brought down by Darian Salter, who's been involved all over the place tonight. Salter has made several tackles for the Red and Black. Got involved there. But the rush for McLemore will move the chains. It'll be first down and 10. Ball looks like it's on about the 23. With 2.5 to go now. Joyner. Fake the pass, handed off, right up the middle. And nowhere to go, forced backwards immediately. And making the tackle was Brown. Lear involved in there as well, I think, and possibly even Dwayne Kirksey. Loss of about a yard. On the handoff. Under 2 minutes to go now in the third quarter. It's 1:50 on the clock. Second and 11. McLemore again in the backfield with Joyner. He moves to Joyner's immediate right. 2 receivers either side. Low snap gets through the legs of Joyner, and he's going to be touched up, downed by Jarrell Roberts in the backfield for a loss. What we saw earlier, a low snap that Joyner was able to reel in and then make something happened with it. That time the snap too low for him to corral. Got through his legs and fortunate to be able to fall on it and maintain possession. We're down to about a minute left in the third quarter. 6-0, and it's third down and very long. It's about 25 to gain for the Upstate Predators. And Joyner almost certainly be looking down the field here on third and very long. He is. Joyner, good pressure from Watertown, throws down the field. It's caught on this near side and somehow able to stay on his feet. Not sure that really helped him any as he was hit extremely hard. But it was Desmond Batten with the reception. Well down the field. Solid pickup of about 12, looks like. It's going to be fourth down and long for the Predators. The clock's going to run out here in the third quarter of play. And it does now. So at the end of 3, it's still 6-0. The very first possession of the game was a touchdown, and since then it's been all zeros. As we end the third quarter, 6-0. We'll take a break and be right back.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We, know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Back at Benjamin Franklin here in Rochester, New York for the start of the fourth quarter of the GDFL playoffs. First round, Watertown on the road taking on the Upstate Predators, who beat them in Watertown just a couple of weeks ago. It's been a really tight one, 6-0 as we start the fourth. Joyner, all sorts of time in the backfield, now stepping forward. Short pass out to Lajuan McLemore, and he's going to find his way into the end zone for a touchdown for Upstate. Here's a replay of it. Joyner had hours back there. And he was able to find McLemore on a short little shovel pass to this near side. And then he turned on the jets to find his way into the end zone. And it's now 12-0. Second touchdown of the night for the Predators. The first one rushed in by Tommy Love. And then this one, the receiving touchdown for Olajuwon McLemore. And just under 15 minutes to go as we just barely started the fourth quarter. The Predators have tacked on 6 more. The offense on the field to try the 2-point conversion, looking to make it 14. Diaz in motion out to this near side. Joyner looking here to this near side, and it's caught. The 2-point conversion is good. reeled in, and it's 14-0. Get a look at the two-point conversion here for Joyner as he rolled out to his right, threw into the end zone, where it was reeled in by Jarrett Osterhout, who had a couple of touchdowns up in Watertown 2 weeks ago. And it's now 14-0 as we've just barely started the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and be right back.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackets Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
The score is now 14-0. After the two-point conversion was completed, following the Olajuwon McLemore receiving touchdown. The kickoff fielded by Keegan Cuior, and he's going to make his way down the field. Cuior brought it down over the 35, but not quite to the 40 on the kickoff return. Keegan Cuior has done most of the kick returning this season for Watertown. Did a solid job there. But the red and black up against it now for an offense that hasn't done too much tonight. They now trail by 2 scores, and they only have 1 quarter of play left to make those points up. 14-0, the Predators lead. Eric Washington's in the backfield. Smaj James to the left of Sean Johnson, as well as Keegan Cuior. There's a man on the far side as well. I believe that's Chris Furr. It's handed off to Washington up the middle, and he is brought down promptly. Watertown running game hasn't really gotten much going tonight. They've tried to rush up the middle with Finkley. Washington that time got the handoff, and he was met. That's 2nd down and 10 now. Johnson, way back, looking to pass out to this near side and throws it short and complete. Pass was intended for Cuior, but is thrown at his feet. And it falls in incomplete, stops the clock at 14 minutes and 9 seconds in the final quarter of play. It's turned out to be a beautiful night here in Rochester. We're just north of really downtown Rochester and what they call Group 14621. Community here. Been clouds all around. It's looked threatening. The sun just now setting off to our right. Johnson to this near side, caught by Cuior, who spins his defender, and stepping inside, Keegan Cuior fighting forward. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. Replay of it here, brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. Cuior able to get around his defender and then cut back inside, split a couple more, and dive forward to get over midfield. They're going to mark him down at the 48, so it'll be 1st down for Watertown from there. Johnson taking it himself. He's hit hard as he gets over the 45. Gain of just short of 5 yards that time. Second down for the red and black. There's Washington again in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson looking to the right and picked off again. The second of the night for D'Anthony Terrell. And Terrell's going to take this one well down the field. He's finally wrapped up. But it's the second interception of the night for Terrell. Third thrown by Johnson. That one right over the middle, right into the hands of the big man Terrell. Looks like could be playing linebacker. He's more of a safety role there. And showed some really impressive speed as well to get down the field after that pick. And now Watertown really up against it. 12 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Down by 2 touchdowns. And they've just turned the ball over and put the Predators in a really good spot offensively. It's hard to complain about what the red and black defense has done tonight, especially considering the fact that they've been on the field a lot. The opening drive of the game when Upstate scored took about 8 minutes off the clock. So we'd already played half of a quarter before Watertown's offense even got on the field. This one's handed off, and it's Love skipping forward. Brought down, takes 3 players to bring him down. Graves and Roberts involved. Gain of about 4 that time on the rush up the middle for Tommy Love. Under 12 to go in the fourth quarter. Billy Joyner talking things over with his offense. Now they break out and step to the line. It'll be Love in the backfield with Joyner. And 2 receivers either side. On this near side looks like Gibson and Coda. And now joining them is Diaz. This one handed off to Love up the middle. And he's going to be brought down short of the end zone, but enough to pick up a first down, it looks like. And it will be a first down. So first and goal now for the Predators after Tommy Love able to rush right up the middle. He's got explosive speed. He's done really well tonight. Picked up the first touchdown for Upstate. And has carried most of the offense tonight too. Tommy Love. And the running game been very effective for Upstate. It's Love to the right of Joyner. And again, it's handed off Tommy Love. And he's brought down quickly. Good tackle again by guess who? Darian Salter. Been involved for Watertown all night. Second down and goal again for the Predators. They step to the line. 2 men to the left, 2 men to the right, and Love right next to the quarterback Joyner. Now in motion again. In front is Coda. Makes his way to the right side. Joyner looking to pass over the middle and caught. Touchdown for the Predators. Well, again, they go right over the middle. And again, the red and black defense. No answer to the pass right over the middle. Joyner had his receiver and made a good throw right to the chest. Reeled in. And it's a touchdown for Desmond Batten. The 3rd touchdown of the night for Upstate. They lead 20-0. And it looks like they're going to send out the kick team. which they tried after their first touchdown. The snap got away from the holder, and Watertown fell on it to make sure that the PAT attempt was no good, but good snap and a good hold that time, but the kick's low, might have even been deflected. So the PAT no good, but Upstate does add another touchdown, this time right over the middle of passing play. And Watertown, with 9.5 minutes to go, trailing big. We'll step aside and be right back.
Lots of things can make your engine light come on, besides your engine. A loose gas cap, a failed catalytic converter, even your transmission.
At AMCO, we know how to diagnose and fix a problem no matter what it is. What makes your car's engine light come on can be confusing. Fortunately, where to take it isn't.
That's AMCO. Double A, MCO.
Allen's Liquors and Wines, easy on, easy off, exit 48 off I-81. The oldest locally owned running liquor store in town. With over 30 years in the community, a large selection of New York State wines, New York State distilled products, it's a must you pop in and browse our superior selection of liquor and wine products, competitive prices, frequent sales, specials. You always will get a great deal at Allen's Liquors and Wines. Open late until 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Sunday to noon to 8 p.m. Pop in!
Well, the Predators have added 6 more on the touchdown for Desmond Batten, and wrapped up quickly was Souffrant on the kick return. Tackle made by Norris. So, the touchdown pass to Batten has put this one basically out of reach for the red and black. They'd need 3 touchdowns now in the last 9 minutes, and they'd have to hold Upstate off the board, which, despite how well the defense has played, does seem a little bit unlikely at this stage. They're just worn down. Defense has been out there all night. And now, under 10 minutes, Connor Crump is going to get snaps at quarterback for the red and black. Sean Johnson had another tough night. Crump hands this one off to Finkley, who makes his way all the way to the outside. Fink's going to be brought down. Looks like maybe a loss of a yard on the handoff to Jamal Finkley. Clock is running. Finkley was stopped in bounds. It'll be 2nd down and 10. They're going to say he did just get back to the line of scrimmage. Offense taking their time, huddling up now for Watertown with a new quarterback in the game. Crump we've seen a couple of different times this season. He started in the second half in Charlotte a few weeks ago. Back to pass this time. Throwing incomplete. Was through the hands of the intended receiver, Whitfield, and then probably should have been picked off on the far side. Can't believe it. Is Justin Wright. Those are always difficult, no matter how easy it looks. When the pass is deflected, comes through the hands of a receiver, it's difficult to reel it in. But Wright obviously felt like he should have had that one. Incompletion by Crump. It's 3rd down and 10. 8:08 on the clock in the 4th quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Crump. And Finkley in the backfield. He's looking to this left side, throwing and incomplete. Good pressure to get to the quarterback that time. It was Quan Patton who got there. And didn't hit Crump, but did enough to force an errant throw. And it's now 4th down and 10 for the red and black. They're going to send out Howard again to punt it away. So quick 3 and out for Connor Crump and the red and black offense. And Elijah Howard asked to go out and punt, down by 20. Clock running now to 8 minutes left in the game. Good snap, and Howard gets a really good punt away, probably his best of the night. Fielded right at the 35, and getting to about the 48 was the big man. That's Michael Wilder, who really probably the best way to describe him is an absolute unit. Wilder is just a massive human being and showed off some athleticism on the kick return that time. Middle linebacker. So after the kick return, they're going to spot Wilder down at the 50. It'll be first down and 10 from there. We've got a whistle and a timeout called by Watertown with 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. So the Watertown timeout. We'll take a break and be right back.
We are TYN. For over 70 years, we have empowered our customers with advanced machinery to transform the land around them. We are Branson for over 54 years. We have manufactured equipment to cultivate a rich provision from the soil. Today, we have united our companies and joined forces to create a global leader in agricultural solutions.
Get your TYM tractor at Burville Power Equipment.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
So the red and black take a timeout. And it's first and 10 for the Predators. Handed off to Love, who's making his way left and right down the field. Picks up about 8 on the handoff. And it'll be second down and 2 after the 8-yard rush for Tommy Love. Substitution here, making his way off the field is Jaheim Baker Hardy. Under 7 minutes in the fourth quarter. Second and short. And fake handoff. Joyner looking down the field. Has it caught, and getting out of bounds is Coda. Forced out by Dugan on the near sideline. Clock is still running. We're going to move the chains on the far side after the first down for Coda. We're down to about 6 minutes to go. Predators will step to the line with a 20-point lead. Three receivers in the set for Joyner, and he fakes the pitch, hands it off. Love gets out to this near side. Couple of flags come out at the end of that play. Both the official on this near sideline and the one in the backfield threw flags. And it's an offensive holding. So Love's rush down the right sideline will be negated by the holding call. And after a brief clock stoppage, we're running again. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. First down and 15 for the Predators. Four receivers this time for Joyner. He pitches it to this near side. Love, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Tackle made by Jalen Dugan. Gives Tommy Love a pat on the helmet, and Love comes off to this near sideline. I think he's earned himself a break. He's had an outstanding night, really carrying the offense for the Predators. Tommy Love got him on the board first, and as it stands, that would be enough. Watertown unable to break into the scoring column yet. 20-0 is the score. Second and really long, moving on the line. And it's going to be a false start against the Predators, and it'll back them up even further. It's second down and really long. Well spotted at about the 47. And the yard to gain is about the 24. Joyner looking way down the field. Good throw and incomplete. Flags come out after the play. Didn't really look like there was a ton of contact, and the contact that did happen looked to be initiated by the receiver. We'll wait to see. That's all we can do up here is wait and see. It is. They're going to pick up the flag, looks like. And so the chains started to move down there on the far sideline, but the flag picked up, and they'll march all the way back to about the 47. Actually looks closer to the 48. So no pass interference. And it'll be third down and long. Under 4 minutes to go. And the final quarter of play here. In the final quarter of the season for Watertown. Barring really probably the absolute greatest miracle in sporting history. Based on the way the offense has looked tonight, I don't see anything like that happening. Long wait here before the play. Conversations happening between officials, players, coaches. I believe that's Josh Lear talking to the officials. And Lear's still not completely pleased with what's happening. Quick snap, Joyner hands it off, up the middle, diving forward was McLemore, and he's somehow still on his feet. I thought it looked like McLemore had been down, but he never gave up. There was no whistle, and he didn't stop playing. Fought all the way down the field. Looks like he's going to get down about the original line of scrimmage, so that's a really, really good gain, almost 20 yards, really. for Olajuwon McLemore, who quietly's had himself a very good night too. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Long wait. Here's the snap. Joyner handed off. McLemore skipping out to the near side. He's brought down. Tackle made by Eric Washington. McLemore, number 4 there, has done a really good job tonight. Really as the secondary running back, but similar style of player to Tommy Love. Fast, quick, athletic, and able to change directions at a high speed, which makes him a really dangerous weapon for the Predators' offense. Joyner fakes the handoff. Short pass to the far side. It's caught. And fighting all the way forward. And down just short of the end zone. Right at the 1-yard line. Be sure that was Sammy Diaz on the far side. It is Diaz, who got all the way down, and he was brought down just short of the end zone by Jonathan Williams. And we're at the 2-minute warning here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and be right back after the 2-minute warning.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We, know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in, right?
Back in Rochester after the 2-minute warning. Predators right on the goal line. It's 1st and goal for him. Joyner looking to pass. Surveying, scrambling out to his right, now throwing, and into the end zone. Touchdown for the Predators. What a catch that was. Reeled in somehow by Sean Gibson as he was falling over backwards. And he made the catch, kept his feet in bounds in the end zone for one heck of a touchdown. Get another look, and it's worth a second look. As Joyner looked to his left, didn't have anybody, then came out to the right, threw it into the corner of the end zone. Gibson made a really good catch. And it's another touchdown for the Predators. The score is 26-0. Once again, they're going to send the extra point team out there. They're 0 for 2 today, so maybe third time lucky for the extra point team. The Predators, low snap, and again it gets through. Picked up, scrambling around is Damon Glasgow. He's going to throw it into the end zone and caught. And they're going to give him the 2 points. There was some contact in the end zone between Coda and the coverage. It was really pretty incidental. Glasgow able to make something out of absolutely nothing, a broken play, and he just lobbed one up into the end zone. Coda was there, made some contact with James, but it's going to be a 2-point conversion, and it's now 28-0. So 2 missed extra points, but 2 converted 2-point conversions, and it's 28-0 in favor of the host Predators over the visiting Watertown Red and Black. And Upstate will move on. It was safe to say that quite a while ago, but it's really safe to say it now. Upstate will move on. They'll play Syracuse on the road. I would assume that that game would be played at Henniger High School. That's where we went down and played Syracuse on the road. Syracuse strong, last year's GDFL champions. They've been a tough opponent all year for everybody in the league. But that's what's up next for the Predators. Watertown will end their season not how they would have hoped here in the GDFL. Really gave themselves an insurmountable task, though, trying to follow up back-to-back undefeated seasons in the Empire Football League. That's a heck of a return for Keegan Cuellar, who, by the way, fielded that one really nonchalantly with one hand. And then ran it all the way back over to 50. That's a great return for Cuellar. Watertown with the clock stopped here at minute 46. Send the offense out there, and then you have to wonder if they will even try to run anything here. We did see Crump come in for Sean Johnson on the last offensive set for Watertown. Then they went 4 and out, so 3 and out rather, and then Howard forced to punt the ball away. Be interesting to see what Watertown does here now with the game over, and we're under 2 minutes. Really no reason to do anything other than run the ball and run the clock, but we'll see. It was all defense in the first half. It was 6-0 at half. It was 6-0 at the end of the third. Crump passing this near side. That one's picked off. It's another interception for the Predators defense. And it's a really good return that time on the pick. Jimmy Hutto does get his second pick of the night, and he comes over here to celebrate. He's waving at the camera. I'm not sure Steve got him in the shot, but that's okay. Jimmy right here in front of us. His second pick of the night. And really just a great night all around for the Predators defense. Jimmy Hutto thrown pretty much right in his lap from Crump. But a good interception and an even better return nonetheless. And he comes over here to celebrate right in front of us as the Predators have really iced this one now. Minute 32 on the clock, and we'd have to think that the Predators will probably either just kneel or run the ball, but we'll see. Looks like Aiden Lonaville-Lent is in there at quarterback, and he's just going to hand this off right up the middle. And powering his way forward, still going on his feet, and never actually brought down, just a progress stopped. Was the big man on the handoff. I thought it was Khalif Patton. And that's one thing that really the Predators have in spades is some depth. They have a guy like Patton, hasn't even played tonight. With that size, that strength, and that speed, be your third or fourth string running back is just impressive. Again, handed off to Patton, and again up the middle, he's powering forward. He's brought down. Tackle made once again by Salter. Under 30 seconds now. Down to 15. Most of the crowd starting to make their way out. Lonaville-Lent looking to pass into the end zone, and it is
intercepted.
Incomplete. And that'll do it. The Upstate Predators defend their home territory. They beat Watertown 28-0 in the first round of the GDFL playoffs. And they'll advance. They'll go down to Syracuse and play the Strong in the second round. Watertown's season comes to an end, not the end they were looking for. It was a tough first season for them here in the GDFL. They played a higher level of competition than they had in their last couple of years in the EFL. And they'll lose out here to Upstate 28-0. So for all of our sponsors, Governor Savings and Loan, Samaritan Medical Center, Stanley Law, Allen's Liquor and Wines, Colello Air Technologies, Burville Power Equipment, Kinney Drugs, Amco Transmissions, and the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County. My name is Connor Lalone. Thank you for watching Red and Black Football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions for everybody at NBC. And for Steve Weed, thank you for tuning in all season long. We hope you have a great rest of your summer.